Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media in association with Well Life Therapy and Still Hub Management. Mr. John Edwardson, Edo, it's nice to see you, mate. Down at the gym, been working out hard. Nice to see you again. Looking so well, mate.
Thanks very much, John. It's good to see you again.
I like your hat, actually. Where'd you get that one?
Flux.
Flux, who are they?
Liverpool brand, but we'll sort you out for the next fight.
Do they do fat lad sizes?
They'll do your size, John.
Right. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Now, listen, you got a fight coming up. Finally, it's time for a title fight. Tell us a little bit about the fight, who you're fighting and what you're fighting for.
Fighting for the Central Area title, 16th of December, in Manchester Bowlers Arena, fighting Lewis Wood.
Okay. And that's the Pat Barrett Black Flash 10th anniversary show as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Pat Barrett show. Don't really know much else really about the show.
But it's a big occasion, but it's a great fight for you. I mean, you've been after a strap for a little while now, being a boxer in your MAP's latter stages. You've got a really good opportunity to get that strap across your shoulder.
Yeah, well, we've always been. Well, our target was the end of this year, but due to the what's called, we've had people pulling out, haven't we? Every time we've come fight week, we went from 4. We was always aiming for that 6-rounder first, wasn't we? But last few fights, it's been meant to be aimed for 6-rounders, and then it's fight week they pulled out, and then we've had to settle for 4. But Pat's give us this opportunity to do a 10-rounder on his show for the Central Area, and it was too good to turn up.
Well, listen, it is a title fight, and 10 rounds. You haven't done a 10-rounder before. You're kind of throwing yourself into the fire, aren't you?
Well, I've sparred 10 rounds. I've been sparring 8 rounds leading up. Well, I won't do 10 till like the week before my fight, but I've been doing 8 rounds like last week and this week, and I still feel comfortable. But I know fighting 10's a lot different, but I've gone from 4 straight into the 10, but I'm betting on myself that my fitness is going to take me through it.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, when you get opportunities to go for a title, I guess you've got to take them sometimes. It's a tough world at the moment with boxing, and opportunities are far and few between, like you've said. You've had a really tough year with people pulling out on you like the week of the fight. I guess as a fighter, how do you deal with that mentally? Because it's really disappointing, isn't it?
I know. To be honest, after the last time it happened when we went to America, didn't we? Flew to America in June to box. We hit the fight, the papers wasn't all set up, was they? And then the board knocked it back, and I was half depressed, thinking, oh, what am I gonna do now? You know what I mean? Then we got back, and then we finally got that fight on Tom Sawker's show for September, straight away. So I carried on training through, and then being given this opportunity, and
it's tough, isn't it? But I mean, you look good when you were on Tom Stalker's show. You look solid. You look like you could have probably done another 4 rounds as well. It was disappointing it wasn't a 6-rounder, but a good 4-rounder, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I was always after every fight I've done 4 rounds, and I haven't lost a round as a professional, yeah. And after the 4 round, I feel like I'm just getting warmed up. I'm ready to. I've been after even my first fight. I could have done 6 rounds then. I've always trained. I've never sparred for. I've always sparred at a minimum of 6, and then go from there. But I always think that the later rounds are going to suit me better when I'm approaching. I get better as the rounds go on in sparring as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen you sparring. You've seen you in there with former IBO champion. I think it was IBO, wasn't it? IBO champion Jazza Dickens, and he's tough to spar. But you held your own in there, and I guess the thing is, you've learnt from really, really good people. So jumping from 4 rounds into a 10-round title fight, I think you'll probably be able to handle it fairly well.
Yeah, I think that myself. I'm always sparring top level opponents like Jazza. He's been one of me since I turned over. Me main sparring partners right through. I've done 10 rounds with him loads of times, and Jazza's boxed with numerous world titles, won the British title, English title, Central Area title. He's done a lot as a domestic fighter, hasn't he? So, and I've sparred a lot of other good kicks in the meantime as well.
Well, listen, Lewis Wood, we know Lewis quite well. He's a tough opponent. He's going to be very game. This isn't going to be a very quiet fight. I think it's going to be a different fight to the ones that you've had before. I know you're not going to tell me your game plan because clearly he wouldn't tell me his and you wouldn't tell me yours. But are you looking forward to actually getting into a boxing ring and having a fight with someone that wants a fight?
Well, as you've seen me spar loads of times, you see the best when someone, I can't, like, my skills is like when someone's coming at me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always there to fight, you know what I mean? So if someone's coming at me, then I'll stand and mix it with them. So that's why when you see the best of me, it's like when you've got someone coming to actual fight. Because at the minute, like, people, like, I've never like knocked anyone out or nothing, like, but I've always seemed to, like, everyone always says I've got power and I'm strong and stuff like that. But when you're fighting people who are running from round one, because like you can maybe catch them in the first round and then they don't want to like engage then. So when you've got someone who's wanting to win and coming on to you, it's more of a chance I might finally get me knockouts in this fight.
Well, it'll be giving you an opportunity to showcase the skills that you do have, because I don't think we've seen even 30% of you at the moment.
I feel like I haven't even had to get out of first gear, and then like in professional fights, like I've gone out there in the tent and then I've caught them with one or two shots, and then it's gone for me chasing them down for the rest of the fight. So, and like in this one where I watched Lewis box Mikey Walton. I can't remember, it must have been about 12 months back, and he looks like he comes forward and has a go, so that's a real good fight for me, so I'm happy that we're getting it on.
Well, I'm happy you're finally getting it on, because you might stop being a miserable bugger. But it's really good to see the two of you getting in the ring, having a proper fight, and I think that's the good thing. Black Flash Promotions have always stood by. We want 50-50 fights in a great environment with, you know, good boxers, people that actually will fight. So I'm really pleased for you that you've got this opportunity, because it is tough out there, isn't it?
Yeah, at the minute, mate, like, it's been, we've struggled for shows all year round. Like, started the year we went to America because there wasn't on there, and then we went back to America, and then that fell through, and then when we get on, I was thinking, what am I going to do? Like, it's like my first year in professional, I was boxing every 3 months, and then this year I thought, it's falling through. But at least this is my third fight of the year, so it hasn't been too bad. So, and then hopefully we can end the year on a high, and then see where it takes us from there, John.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but let's have a little chat. There's been a lot of boxing on recently. The Saudi takeover is beginning, but there was a really good Queensbury show at the weekend, and another sort of Scouse lad, Nick Ball, got through, so he's now got a world title shot. Did you watch the fight? What did you think of it?
Yeah, I watched Nick. He does 12 rounds comfortably, doesn't he? Doesn't look like he even breaks a sweat. He's strong, he's fit. Like, he doesn't stop from the off. Like, I think he's going to do really well. He's like the lad that we boxed was like former world champion, and he just looked like he boxed him the whole fight. So Nick's flying, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, his opponent is a former world champion, and you know, he's got Joshua Boatsi in his change room and in the gym helping him out. We saw him all week, very focused, both of them. It was a good fight, and it was a cracking card, actually. Some couple of upsets there. Harry Scarf beating Echo Usman to win the British and the European titles. And, of course, the big one at the end, Denzel Bentley getting beat by Nathan Heaney on a split decision. I mean, the place went absolutely mad. I mean, that I don't know what to say about that, because no one saw that coming.
Well, to be honest, I only switched it on for next fight because I was working, so I've...
Well, that's helpful for the interview, mate.
Yeah, I watched Nick's fight, you know, because he's a scouser, and so I watched him to support him, and then after that, I thought I need to get me rest in, and because I'm back on nights the next night, so...
It's hard when you're doing a job and when you're boxing as well. I mean, you know, we try and plan in to come round your shifts to see you now and again, and it changes last minute. I mean, as a boxer, how do you deal with that, especially when you're in camp and you're only 2 or 3 weeks away from a big fight?
It's really hard, because like when I'm working 12-hour nights at the minute, well, I'm Sunday to Thursday this week, 12-hour nights, and I'm on my feet all night, so by the end of the night I'm knackered. And plus, because my girlfriend works as well, I have to make sure I've set my alarm for 12, so I'm not really getting much sleep, so I can get in the gym with Terry, train, and then do the school run and look after them until she gets in, and I just leave straight for work then for another 12-hour night shift. So at the minute, I've got literally no time for myself. I'm training, looking after kids, I'm working 12-hour night shifts, but in the end it'll be worth it, John, if we get the right decision on December.
Well, listen, Little Bird tells me there might well be another fight overseas coming soon, and we can't reveal where it is, but we're very, very excited about this one. You've got to come through Lewis Wood first, of course. You've got to get the win. But if you do, that's a massive opportunity to go back out to the States, isn't it?
Well, this is a real interesting fight, this one. But it all depends on if I win if I win the 16th, a massive fight coming next year in the greatest venues of all time, isn't it, John? So,
well, we're not allowed to say, so we won't go any further into that because we'll get ourselves into trouble. But that's just how much is on this fight. So I know that you'll not leave any stone unturned for this fight, and it's going to be an absolute cracker because we know Lewis will give it his all as well. The pair of you both deserve this crack at the title, and I for one can't wait for this whole night. Actually, I think the whole night's got some absolute humdingers on it as well. So it's really good to see that you're out and you've got a big smile on your face for a change.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking forward to it, and then enjoy Christmas, and then hopefully we know where we're going, don't we, end of Feb, and then we're flying, John, aren't we?
Well, you will be, mate, you will be. But now listen, I can't let you go. Mr. Bellew, he's going into the jungle on the sly. What do you think of all that?
I think it's great for him, isn't it? He's going to be getting paid, won't he? Will be getting paid. That's what I mean, and boost people's profiles up, so maybe he might be doing a celebrity match when he comes out, mightn't he, and taking over the Misfits.
I'll tell you what, I don't think he'd do that, but you never know.
He's too good for that, isn't he? But it's just one of them. Like, people who go on that celebrity jungle, like, the profiles raised, don't they? Seen it with Amir Khan as well, didn't you, in the camp?
Would you do it?
I'll do it if it's a laugh. Anything's a laugh, innit?
So you go in there and eat a camel cock?
Yeah, it's all fun and games, John, innit?
Well, listen, it's really good to see you. I know you've got to shoot off and get to work now, and you've come in specially to see us. We wish you all the best for the fight on the 1st of December. No, 16th. Sorry, I'm getting them mixed up. There's so many shows. 16th of December, Black Flash show. It's going to be a cracking night over at Bowlers. Almost packed out, but I think there's a few tickets left. Yeah,
well, I've been given 3 tables. I've sold them tables, but been given a few other tickets, and the tickets are flying out because it's most people's Christmas night out, isn't it? So everyone get down, show your support, and we'll all go out and celebrate after the fight.
Where are we going after the fight?
Well, we'll leave that one today. We'll have to have something planned this time, Joe, won't we?
Well, last time we did, it was a bloody disaster, wasn't it? So, but yeah, listen, all the best. I hope that the rest of the camp goes well for you, and we wish you the best for the fight. I hope it's a great one and you get the result you need, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much, John, for coming to see me. Thank you.